Hey, I'm Jared with the Vegetable Academy, and in this video I'm going to show you a method you can use to get awesome carrot germination, cut back dramatically on weed pressure, and save a ton of water. Let's get started. So the area we're going to be planting with carrots today is the one covered with a tarp behind me here. I've done all the initial bed prep before this video. I've broad forked each bed, I've spread a fresh coat of compost on the top, and then I've covered the beds again with the tarp. At this time some weeds can emerge, but they die in the dark. So it's a nice little preparation phase that you could get out of the way before actually planting the carrots that can cut down on your weeds by quite a bit. But we're also going to use the tarp after planting the carrots. And the reason for that is, again, to cut down on weeds, because the carrots take 7 to 21 days to emerge depending on when you're planting them. Weeds come up faster than that, and if the weeds come up in the dark, they'll die or at least be stringy and weak when you take the tarp off. So that works to our advantage. But we're also going to use the tarp to maintain moisture, and this is a problem or a point of difficulty a lot of gardeners have, is that they plant their carrots, they water them a couple times, and they forget about them. They come back in a few days or a few weeks and they complain that their carrots didn't come up. Well, you need to keep that bed of carrot seed moist evenly for the entire period of germination. Carrots have a tough time poking up through a hard crust of soil, so we really want to make sure that that soil bed is moist evenly. You can accomplish that with a tarp, as we're going to do here, or you could automate some sprinklers and make sure that they're turning on every 6 hours, but if you water them once and walk away, you're not going to see your carrots. So in this case we're going to use this tarp after planting the carrots to keep the beds of soil really moist. I'll come back every couple of days to make sure that the moisture level is still high. But other than that, I won't have to water this very regularly at all. That's the nice thing about using the tarp. This tarp is it's called a silage tarp. It's got a black side and a white side. I like putting the black side up when I want to kill a bunch of weeds, and because it gets extra hot that way. And I put the white side up when I want to do some germination for carrots like this, to keep it at a even temperature. So I'm just going to let the camera roll here as I uncover the beds, seed the carrots, and water them in. So there we go, the carrots are watered in. Now I'm going to come back every couple of days to make sure that the moisture is still at a high level underneath this tarp. I don't want any of the soil to dry out. That's one of the mistakes gardeners make usually, is planting their carrots, watering them once, a couple times maybe, walking away, and then just saying, well, my carrots didn't come up. I don't know what went wrong, I planted them. Well, that soil needs to be moist for that entire germination period, which, like I said before, could be 7 to 21 days. Right now it's pretty warm. We're kind of in midsummer here already, so these carrots should be up in 6 to 8 days. So around that 5-day mark, I'm going to have to be here every day, making sure that I'm opening up the tarp and checking for carrots popping up, because the day that those carrots start to emerge, I want to take this whole tarp off and let them start to grow. If I start to notice weeds coming up at about day 5 or so, before the carrots, I may pull out a flame weeder and blast through here and make sure that all those weeds don't have a chance. Alright, we're back. It's day 6. I've visited the plot twice from seeding time until now, just to uncover the tarp, spray a little bit of water in there to make sure there are no dry spots at all. So the surface of the beds have stayed nice and wet this whole period. Today what we're going to do is pull back the tarp and flame weed this entire area, because I've noticed lots of small weeds emerging. They're really weak right now, so they're going to melt right away quickly when we flame weed them, and that'll give us a pretty nice clean bed for these carrots to come up through after those weeds are gone. Carrots should emerge maybe 7 days, 8 days, 9 days from seeding. It's going to be close. I don't want to wait any longer and take a risk, so I'm going to flame weed now and open up the bed, set up irrigation, and let the carrots come up from there. So the micro sprinklers are set up. These sprinklers I like in particular because they give a great even coverage over all of the bed surface, which helps to get really continual germination as well. Now there's not much left for us to do other than check in regularly, make sure the sprinklers are working great, there's no dry spots. Within the next few days you should start to see some carrots emerge, and now that we've taken care of the first flush of weeds, we have a really good start ahead of us here. So I'm back now on day 9 and I'm feeling great because as I pulled up this morning I could see the tops of carrots emerging from all of the beds, and one thing I don't see is weeds. So all of the work we did up front, the tarping, the flame weeding, the patience, it's all paying off now because I don't have any work left to do here. I can just get to watch the carrots grow. I'm sure a couple of weeds will poke through in the next few weeks and I'll have to go through with my hands and pluck out a few, but really we're looking at clean beds here to start off. I'm sure you'll want to try all of this at home, so I'll write out all the steps and post them up in the classroom so you can check that out there. I'll leave a link below. Otherwise, if you found this helpful, I hope you subscribe, share it with your friends, and have a lot more success growing carrots from now on. See you again.